ready to celebrate if Bosso get all 3 points. Lyrics, you've forgotten. These are the lyrics to your favorite song. Highlander, itimu yezwe lonke, wakalo matemwane, wakalo kwaze kwasa. Highlander. Yes, get ready for it. Right, because our two experts they're laughing. I don't know whether they're laughing at my singing or what. Antina disco dandi no gona mando keta. Right, let's say hello to our two experts here from ZBC TV Sports. We were together yesterday. We are together again. First, it's a big hi to Werder Bremen supporter from the Bundesliga. We call him Uche. He's Achiford Mundava. Uche, were you laughing at my singing?
No, so superb. I think we need to launch a private investigation to see. I think you are the chief composer of those two songs.
I wish I was, but football. Nagi za Zimbo so. There's no Zaga, the Kepsi, the Mabiravia, there's a Jawimbra. Right, let's say hello again to a man whose heart is in two parts today because his team is kicking off at Rufaro Mbile, one of the teams. And then an hour later, my team is kicking off in the English Premiership. Manchester United take on Tottenham. But here, his team is kicking off at Rufaro, taking on Highlanders. He is a living Dynamos and Warriors legend. We used to call him Chief. We still call him Chief. Let's say hello to Chief Justice Majavi.
Good afternoon, legendary. Indeed. Thank you.
How about my singing?
No, it was good. I want to give you 10 out of 10. Yeah?
No, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
so
I'm
much.
giving you 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I wish one day you sit at the Vietnam stand there, then you can sing. Yeah.
And sing for the Dimbari.
Yes, that would be great as well.
I also want to sit Soweto stand and sing for the Highlanders fans.
Yeah, that's good. I just noticed you can do it. Like Archie said, he wants to investigate if you are the composer.
Right. So, guys, listen, we've got a battle on our hands. Or have we, Uche?
Rightly so. CNN, if you look at the German Bundesliga, they call it the Klassiker when Borussia Dortmund play against Bayern Munich. Go to the Italian Serie A, you've got the Derby della Magnolia when Inter Milan play against AC Milan. Even the Spanish La Liga, the big one, the El Clasico, when Real Madrid play goes to Barcelona. Go next door when Kaizer Chiefs play against Orlando Pirates. They call it the Soweto Derby. Even if you go to DRC, when Tuprisa Mazembe play against FC Lupopo, North Africa, Zamalek against Al Ahly. Yeah. So the same applies here in Zim when Dynamos play host to Highlanders. It's a big match by any nature and by any magnitude. And sometimes CNN, when we joke, we say you don't need a coach for these games.
Motivation to beat Bosso, motivation to beat Dimbari.
Yeah, rightly so.
Right.
So if you look at the big three in Zim, Cape United are running away with it. So what it means, pressure on Dynamos, pressure on Highlanders. So today, if Dynamos get the 3 points, then they will twin Capes at the summit. But if Highlanders get the 3 points, they will then put brakes on Dynamos, and they will also be within sniffing distance of Capes United. So this is a big one, CNN.
Yes, you know what? You Dynamos fans and Capes United fans, Dynamos fans and Highlanders fans. There are some Capes United fans who are saying, listen, we know you because it's cold at the top. The Capes United fans are boasting. They are saying, because Capes United are on top, They're on top, 6 points, narrowly edging Herentals yesterday. So it's Capes United on top. They chicken in. Number 2, Ngezi Platinum are number 3. Hard Rock are number 4. Kasongo Golden Boys, yes, beating Kawia Katuru. Gwenyarecha Membe was electrocuted yesterday by Kasongo Golden Boys. So it's quite something. Let's wait and find out. I'll tell you what, last year, the honors were shared in the 2 league games. The first one at Rufaro ended goalless. The second one at Emagumeni ended 1-1. So, which way is it going to be? I want to find out now from a man who knows it all. He didn't need any motivation just by stepping onto the pitch against Bosso. Let's find out from Chief Justice Majavi.
No, it's like he rightly said, it's a self-motivation game. These are the games which takes players to the calendar. You know, you start your season, you prepare, and in big games, you showcase. You know, it comprises a lot of passion. You know, the competition is high, outside and on the field. So I think as a player, you just have to prepare for this game, just to grow up in the league, and it makes you at a certain level, because if you can manage to play in these games.
I want to butt in, sorry, Chief. I want to butt in. Do you, against Highlanders, did you used to have special preparations yourself or from the coach's side? Tell us.
Yeah, you know, each and every game, you as a player, you know against which teams you are playing and what do you have to do. You know, also people who understand my strength. When I used to play, I had my strength, but I knew when we are playing at Baba Fields, I knew what to do. And when I'm at Rufara, I knew what to do, and I know what to trigger the fans, what to trigger the tempo of the game. So I used to do that in almost every game, depending on who we are playing. So in such a big game, you know, it's about the 12th man as well. You know, they also need to be on the edge. So a lot of action is needed, and a lot of some exciting moments. You know, in every aspect, you have to keep the ball, you have to pass, you have to do a lot of things as a player which are positive.
Right, and the lineups for both teams, they're not as awesome as way back when you used to have the likes of Peter Ndlovu, Madinda, Adam, Alexander Maseko, and you have Moses Chunga, Kembo Chunga, Gift Geto Mpariwa. It's all changed now. No big names as such from the two sides. So does that make it more competitive? Let's find out from Uche.
I think that's the beauty of this derby, and you put it rightly, because this is where names are made. This is where players move from being the unknowns to a known.
Okay.
But for me,
Uche, sorry to butt in. You'll continue that with that narrative. Because what we're going to do now, our colleague at Rufaro Stadium on the touchline, Vava, Valentine Mabugu, is ready for us just to tell us a thing or two. Let's join Vava.
It is a very good day and a hearty welcome to Rufaro Stadium for an epic encounter. Zimbabwean football does not get better than this. And of course, it is the biggest derby that is still remains in Zimbabwean football, despite both teams having stayed long without winning. That is the league honors in Zimbabwean football. As you can see, the fans have come here, they've gathered. As you can see, Highlanders fans, they've come in full regalia to support their team. So are the Dynamos fans, who are currently singing and ululating and whooping that this one is an epic one. And it promises to be one of the finest derbies we have ever seen here at Rufaro Stadium. And we hope it stays on its billing. Of course, we're at Rufaro Stadium, which has seen 6 matches being played. Today being the 6th match that is going to be played on this pitch in less than 2 weeks. So that tells you the wear and tear that will happen on the pitch today. As you can see, there are patches that are there that you can see from different angles going to the this is the northern side as well as the southern side. There are areas that are patches. You can see from our screen, there are areas that are real patchy, and really the grass is suffering better. You know, when two elephants fight, it is obviously that is the ground that suffers. The turf is the one suffering today. But we await for a great epic encounter, hoping that it's going to be an amazing game of football. That's what we await here at Rufaro Stadium, the biggest derby in Zimbabwean football. Well, we are almost ready, but let's take you to the studio where the legendary Charles CNN Mabika is holding for, together with Ashford Mundawa as well as Justice Chief Majavi. And thereafter, it will be time for live match right here at Rufaro Stadium.
Right, thanks so much, Vava. Just Vava giving us the feeling, you know, you wish you had been there. If you don't stay far away from Rufaro Stadium, you know, you just go there. It's not very far. Right, for that big game. Yes, and Uche was just giving us the narrative. I'd asked him if he had forgotten. I'd said before you used to have big names on both sides, But nowadays, no big names really. Does that make it more competitive? But before we do that, let's check their rivals. First, it was Dynamo Dimbare who trooped in at Rufaro Stadium there. Let's see them as they come in. Dynamo Dimbare there. Grand entrance for Dynamo. We saw yesterday Caps United in their coach, Rentals in their coach, and Dimbare as well disembark their coach, and they come. No Moses Chunga, no George Shire to talk about nowadays. No Gift Geto Mpariwa, no Edward Kachere, but their names like Tatenda Makoni, Shadrach Nyawa, Jairus Kasondo, and Uche. Does it make any change, really?
Yeah,
no, George Shire's around.
No, George Shire's around. You know, the players of that magnitude, I think they only come on this planet once because he was out of this world. But again, CNN, like I said earlier on, this is the time for the unknown boys to be known. This is the time where you transcend or transmogrify from the known, from the unknown into a known. So this is a grandstand. Even if you look at the feedback CNN you are receiving on our media platforms, a lot of people are watching this encounter, and this is how you market yourself. So this is a big encounter. This is where you make names. If you remember a few seasons ago, how Evans Kwekwerere arrived on the scene. Yes, on such a match, scored 2 goals or so, then you'll be known.
That's right. You'll be known. That's is Bosso make their grand entrance into Mbile's Rufaro Stadium in their luxurious coach. Yeah, as they come through, that's Bosso, and coming through there, and yes, no Peter Ndlovu, no Madinda Ndlovu, no Adamski, no Alexander Maseko, but they have to make do with what they have. They now have Reward Musa, no more Chinyerere. I'm not trying to belittle these guys. I'm just trying to give you the feeling of the big names that were on both sides vis-a-vis what we have now. No big names. But listen, I'm not saying abakete. I'm not saying abakete gemati bavana. No. I'm just trying to give you, the more illustrious picture. No more Justice Majavi on one side and so on. Gift Lunga Digong. No more. Give Lunga Jr. as well. And Chief Justice. I'm not trying to belittle anyone here. I'm just saying it's the days are changed.
Yeah, it's another generation. I would say. It's quite different, and you see, now we don't talk about those names anyway. But I can see, there is a good player. Prince is a good player.
Prince in Glove.
He's a good player, and I think it's also good for these boys. They also have to understand the magnitude of the game, how big it is. This is the derby, the biggest derby in Zimbabwe. And of course, you have to give in yourself and prove who you are. We also look, there are so many things which will happen. Also, you can also look for national team. You can look for going abroad. You also use these games, such games. This is big. The whole nation is watching. And also other other people outside Zimbabwe, they're also watching this game.
Oh yes, everybody watching. Everybody watching as we just take a look at the preparations, Dynamo Dimbare preparing there. And Highlanders, welcome back the tower. That's Andrew Mbeba. Andrew Mbeba is back. There were some, remember, he hadn't signed a contract yet. There were 1 or 2 things to be patched up, and they have been patched up. So Mbeba is going to be in action, the tower. It's Dynamos there. We see Dimbare there, Uche. Just, warming up, feeling confident, maybe, can you say?
Yeah, CNN is going through their paces there for Dynamos. And today, the template that we have from the coach, that is Genesis Mangombe, He is deploying a 4-5-1 with Kasondo as the outright striker, and in defense they have Shadrack Nyawa being the D-link, just playing in front of the defenders. Then you have Mandibei as well as Colin Mijuru being the two twin centre backs, but it's in the middle of the park where he has deployed a lot of his players with two D-links there. If you look at the game we were watching yesterday, Caps United using the same formation, so we don't know whether it's a copy and paste or copy-paste improve for Dynamos.
Yes, right. As we take a look there at Bosso, but what we are going to do, remember, we always take you inside the gaffers' minds. And yes, like every day, today is not different. We spoke to Dynamo's head coach, Kaka, that's Genesis Mangombe, and then of course we spoke to the great man, the Undertaker, Benjani Maruwari, the head coach of Highlanders. And yes, sit back, relax, take a listen to what they had to say, starting with Kaka.
I'm happy that we collected maximum points on our first assignment. So that alone gives confidence to the boys. And I'm happy with the response at training as well, preparing for a big one. You know, when playing a derby, you have to look at so many things and so many factors. One, which is also key, is the mental aspect and also that character to win a derby. We've been preparing very well, and the boys are doing very well at training. So it's just now the application we are looking for. And as for this game, we don't have many changes from the Tier 1 game which we played, but we only have to change to the left side where we have introduced Anotidai Gwatizo, so that we also have an offensive left back. So I'm happy that we have our full squad and everyone is ready to go.
I'm feeling great. I'm happy with the preparation that we did. The boys, they look sharp, they are motivated. These games like this, you know, for the players, it's easy for the coaches because the players, they know what is in stake, you know. So on that note, I'm very happy because the players motivated for themselves. I feel like on the first game with some areas that we lacked, and we have to look at that, and I made 4 changes for that, which is the left back, Lucky, and Raushi. Obviously Mbeba is a big boost for everyone, for the fans, for myself, for his teammates. You know, Mbeba is a character. We need a player like that in the dressing room. We are very fortunate to snatch him at the last minute.
He is very fortunate to snatch him in the last minute. It's like he was coming from another planet, but he was always there. A Highlanders boy through and through. That's the tower, Andrew Mbeba, because he towers above everybody else. Key player for Highlanders. Right, what I want to do, I want to find out first, Tsata Kanganwa, before we forget, the predictions of the 2 experts from ZBC TV Sports that are here with me. First, let's find out from Chief Justice. No. Let's find out from Uche, because Chief Justice Uche.
I can foresee a victory to Dynamos, 1-0.
1-0 to Dimbari.
Yeah, 1-0 to Dimbari.
Saka waraiti kana imi muchizvo ndichaendere chii kuno azina Uche 1-0 to Dimbari. Amen. Pamwe chief angamwita sa zvinoite ndo aura matende. Chief Justice, your prediction?
No, I think it's a revenge, you know.
Revenge mission.
Yeah, from the previous game, the cup.
The Gyros Giri Charity Cup.
And you know, Dynamos obviously is triggered from yesterday's victory for Cape United. Okay. So obviously they want to win, and it's going to be Dynamos 2, Highlanders 0.
Dynamos 2, Highlanders 0. Ainzwa, one saga yakuna legendary. Yakuna legendary. So my prediction, Highlanders, Dynamos 1, Highlanders 2. Ndogemati andawati 2-1-0-2-0 the Dynamos fans will tell you if they triumph after this game. Nyika yose iri kufara. The Highlanders fans will just tell you ungamfuneka yekele. Kana usingayilove siyana nayo. That's what it means. And right, we will see what happens. We will see. And let's find out about the players to watch. The players to watch, right? Let's find out first from Uche, the players to watch from Dimbari.
Yeah, from Dimbari, I think Billiard emerged as a top dog in that game against Tel One.
Look at the crowd, Uche.
I don't believe this.
Wow.
I don't believe this. To imagine
Crowds
that
back,
they've parted with
the crowds are back.
Yes,
this is
100%.
good for football.
Yeah, and imagine CNN parting with $5 to
$5 for the cheapest ticket.
For the cheapest ticket. Wow. It shows that this game, yes, they appeal. They still want to watch it.
Bosso as well.
Black and white.
Wow. But they're at the city end so that, they don't clash well in codes. I mean, now, listen, the last games between, I must commend Dynamos fans and Highlanders fans. The last games that they have played, it has been good. The crowd, good. Let's keep it up like that. Let's hope that anybody who loses, they don't drift into violence. So, like I said, Bosso, they're hoping to win with Ungamfuneka Yekele, and Dynamos just simply saying at the end, the teams are almost coming out there. We will be joining our crew there. Again, the crowds. This is what, Chief Justice, this is what we want to watch.
Yeah, good thing, like you said, you're really impressed by the attendance. Mm-hmm. It's so good, to see fans coming towards the game, and obviously, it's up to the players to showcase something for them. It's football. Everyone has to enjoy, and everyone has to come out as a winner. Whatever result comes, what is wrong only is violence. But I think for these big games, you need such crowds.
I want to stay with you, Chief Justice. Who must we watch from Bosso?
I think there's also Benjamin Ediogan. He's not a bad player.
The Nigerian.
The Nigerian is big, and I think he can take advantage of his height if he wants to. And also there's Prince. He's a tricky player, very good winger, technically good, and has got an eye. I also
see the Dynamos mascot there, Chief Justice.
Yeah, I'm saying, it's there's a Genesis is going to take his seat. Yeah, him. Yeah, a man of big games.
Yes, a man of big games.
A man of big games.
Yes, and maybe some of you wonder how did that's Giddy's a great living Warriors legend. Also a former Dynamos player. Should say Dynamos legend. Gidiza. Kaka got his nickname when he was still playing football. He was Kaka. You know that great Kaka who used to play, the Brazilian, who then AC Milan went to Real Madrid. That was his hero. So that's why he is called Kaka. And of course, Benjamin Maruwari, the Undertaker, that. WWF, I never got his real name. What was his real name? The Undertaker. Because he used to bury people, from the wrestling. So the Warriors, the Zimbabweans, said, Benjamin he buries people, the Undertaker. In case you were just wondering how, Of course, Chief Justice, I control a midfield. Chief, Chief. Well, I can go on and on and on about the nicknames, but it's so good, it's so lovely about football. We will be crossing, like I said, last season, the honors were shared. But this season, they haven't clashed yet. Until now, of course, but they clashed a couple of weeks back in the Gyros Jerry Charity Cup, and 1-0 it ended to Highlanders. Right, sit back, relax, because now is the time. We are joining in the commentary box, Tindo, Tendai Sibanda, sitting alongside Sparrow Spencer Nyamadzao. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
As we witness a story of old foes that is once again rekindled this 2026 season. Dynamos, the home team, take on Highlanders and this epic fixture in the early stages of the season. My name is Dynamos in the main commentary country, and besides me is expert analysis. That is Spencer Nyamadzao. Spencer, what a wonderful afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Tendai. The stage is set for the biggest fixture in Zimbabwean history. Dynamos taking on Highlanders in match day 2. And what a way to start the league with the two top teams, two giants, fading giants should I say, locking on. It's a fixture that has not favored Dynamos in a while, but the Highlanders have dominated this fixture. Let's see what this fixture will give us this afternoon.
Well, the teams are the lineup for the national anthem, and as it is a norm, we stand for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the national anthem of Zimbabwe. Now the stage is staged and we are ready for this epic showdown. What a joy to witness one of the biggest fixtures in Zimbabwe in the early stages of the season. Now if you're just joining us, this is a live coverage of Matchday 2 of the Kasalaga Premier League. And Dynamos, the home team in the traditional blue. And the visiting team traveling all the way from Kobulawayo, 439 kilometers from Barbecues. The distance between these two teams, but today they are not separated by anything rather than what is going to be a showdown. We're expecting to see a winner. It hasn't been an easy fixture for the home team in the last years, but we hope to see what it will turn out to be. Now we're just waiting to see the toss there, just looking into the match officials that have been trusted for this afternoon. The center match official is Tabani Rosario, the first assistant Lamek Mara, second assistant is Amos Ndoro, and the fourth official, that's Grace Gimo. The match commissioner for the afternoon is Kenny Marange. And in a moment, we are going to be seeing the team sheets trusted by either managers being displayed on your screen. And that's confirmation of the match officials. Now Highlanders bonding up at the center circle, going through their pre-match rituals, looking for divine intervention. Sometimes they do believe that they need a higher power to progress in whatever that it is that you want to do. Dynamos also doing something similar at the city end, where they are going to be kneeling across the goal line, something that they've done over the course of the years. Dynamos just praying.
That's a tradition for Dynamos. I mean, they go and kneel across the goal line. I think that's been the Dynamos tradition for over the years. And this new bunch of players coming in, Dynamos have to continue with the culture. And what a fixture that awaits us, a mouth-watering encounter. The crowd has responded. They've come to watch the two biggest teams in Zimbabwe.
Wow, the ambience is telling, the atmosphere is really telling of what a big game this is. Forget about the new boys. This is history. This is Dynamos versus Highlanders. Rufaro Stadium, Harare, is where we are going to be giving you nothing but the best of 90 minutes in Zimbabwean football. You can go anyway, but in Zimbabwe, you know this is one of the biggest fixtures, and it always promises to deliver each and every year.
There's no fixture bigger than this fixture in Zimbabwe. I think these are the two top teams, two giants in Zimbabwe, the two oldest clubs in Zimbabwe. Highlanders being the oldest club and Dynamos the second oldest club. And together the two have a history of a good following, as we can see.
And talking about being the oldest club in Zimbabwe, this year Highlanders will be celebrating 100 years since the club was discovered. Now, confirmation of the starting lineups from Dynamos in goal. Tatenda Makoni, no changes. Shadrack Nyawa, the skipper, still in the Jairus Kasondo, the man who scored in the last fixture against Stelwan. Gumisai Mandive, Christopher Netti, Perfect Chikwende coming back again to play for Dynamos. Only one change is Lundi, who has been replaced by Anotida Bwatizo. A strong squad for Dynamos.
A strong squad for Dynamos. Looks like they're playing a 3-5-1 formation. A 4-5-1 formation. I think Dynamos wanted to consolidate in the middle of the park. Obviously,
we are seeing what Kaka has managed to do, grabbing that winner against Toa. Now, the team that has been trusted by Benjani Wariwari. Riward Musa retains his spot between the sticks. Nomo Chinyerere comes in. Mongameli Chuma, Shepard Mtlanga, Prince Ndlovu, Andrew Beba, the man who finally signed that contract. 2028 is how and when the contract is going to end. Playing in a 4-4-2, the traditional 4-4-2 formation for Benjani Wariwari. He wants to be industrious, and this is a formation that makes you keep your legs.
Well, it's a formation that gets you good goals. Let's see if the strikers can get the goals. But a big boost for Highlanders. Andrew Mbeba signing a contract and thrown into the starting lineup against Dynamos. He's a player who's got the Highlanders blood and he knows the fixture, and off we get away.
Then Tabani Rusaro gets us underway for this big encounter. Dynamos in all blue will be attacking from the left side of your screens, and Highlanders will be doing likewise from the right side of your screens, going to the left. We're just looking at that team that Benjani Wariwari trusted or chose this afternoon. 4 changes coming into this fixture. Is it something? Is it a tactical change? Does he fear Dynamos, or it's something to do with maybe preserving legs?
Well, if you see the players that he's brought in, I mean, he's brought in Neva Rauji, Lakmo Mtumbi, Andrew Mbeba and Sheban Mlanga. These are experienced players that can help carry the day. And it's a big fixture. He wanted the experienced players that can carry the day. Andrew Mbeba has played in this fixture before and they've scored. So Benjani making those changes. That's Dynamos attack.
Dynamos saw the counter. Big block coming in from the big defender. Exactly what you expect in the first opening minutes of the game. Lakmo Mutumbi. Now Dynamos on the counter again. Perfect Chikwende. Nevarauji. Collins Mjuru. Shadrack Nyawa. You can feel the crowd applauding each and every pass for Dynamos. It could be a difficult game for Highlanders if they don't maintain that nerve. Now Dynamos play through, but he was flagged offside. Trying to get the intentions clear in the early stages of the game.
Definitely, I think Dynamos just knocking the ball around, getting the crowd behind them so they can get confidence. Made about 6-7 passes and they got to the goalkeeper. But good work from Dynamos, and Highlanders just holding on as Benjani up on his feet already, trying to give instructions.
Well, that's Dynamos in the first stages of the game. They're going to be using the 12th man to their advantage. It hasn't been easy here at Faro Stadium. The last time they did win against Highlanders was in 2023, and the two goal scorers are no longer playing for Dynamos. You're talking of Makarati and Bandera.
Of course, to Andam Karati, a former Dynamos captain, Makret, you would take crack at goals, and that's the last time they won, and it's a long time again. So this set of players will want to write their own history by defeating Highlanders, but Highlanders will not sit on the laurels. They'll also want to continue that winning path.
So Highlanders finding a little bit of comfort in just knocking the ball. Mongameli Chuma going through the wings, and the first corner kick of the game, and everyone is excited. Christopher Netti, the man who deflected the goal, out of play.
First corner kick of the day going to Highlanders, of course, a big opportunity for Highlanders to score from a set piece. Let's see how Dynamos can defend this corner kick.
So Ransom Pavari is going to be the skipper this afternoon for Highlanders. Now crossing into the box, cleared away, still with Dynamos, rather Highlanders, and that attack ends in vain for the team in black and white.
Yes, the corner kick was a short one, and the Dynamos did well to defend in the tough challenge there, and the referee took long to blow, but it looks like it was an offside. It looks like a handball, and but it was a hard tackle there, and that's what you expect in a derby.
Well, of course, this is the biggest derby in Zimbabwe. Two cities being placed in one venue, that is Rufaro Stadium. We're expecting a little bit of hard tackles, shoulder barges, nicks from behind as well.
There we see the challenge.
Yeah, cynical, but you can understand.
Perfect Chukwende, just letting him know that I'm around. I'm with you.
Not making it easy for the visiting team, yeah. Now cleared away.
And just to tell you something, Tendai, what's the lack of our league? Our league is growing from strength to strength. Dynamos are fielding 4 foreigners. We've got players from Malawi, Ghana, Congo, Congolese, and Cameroon, as well as Highlanders are fielding a Nigerian.
Wow.
So this league is growing from strength to strength, attracting players from other countries.
Well, this is something that has become synonymous with the Kasolaga Premier League. Not only valuable to our local players, but also attracting players from abroad, Congolese, Nigerians, and the Highlanders do have a young striker, a Nigerian, in their arsenal. We are talking about Benjamin Adiegon, who scored that equalizer against Blair Chiefs last weekend in a game that ended in a 1-0 draw. Shadrach Nyawa clears it away. Stanley Billiard with good control. Lakmo Mutumbi. No more Shnyerere taking his time. The skipper controlling and marshalling that midfield, Ransom Pavari. Played to the far side now. You can just starting to see how Highlanders are trying to get composed into the game.
Slowly getting in the game, they're knocking the ball around, looking for a long ball into the final third.
Now that's Prince Ndlovu playing it to Pavari. A little give and go, taking his time now, looking for options. Highlanders playing in the final third, but Mjuru is there to the rescue. Now can they quickly turn defense into attack? But that's just a little bit overcooked. But fighting hard to get that. Dynamos now. Shot from distance. Too ambitious. But you can see the work rate and the grit to just try to get the ball into their possession again, Dynamos.
Dynamos doing more, but you got to give credit to Frank Agyang. I think he never gave up when chasing that ball. It was a lost cause, but he continued pushing and putting Highlanders on the back foot.
Well, one thing so far is that Highlanders have managed to bring their captain into the game, Ransom Pavari, the man who's playing in that middle of the park. Yeah, mustn't be allowed to feel the ball as much as he's doing now. It could be troublesome for Dynamos this afternoon.
Definitely, of course, Dynamos bringing in Stanley Billiard, the Malawian, the new signing on. Let's see what he can offer up front with Jalos Kasondo.
Now Agia Kasondo, goal scorer from last week, being banded down. They do win a free kick closer to the byline. Scenes of fans. Still nothing to cheer about for Dynamos, but maybe soon enough we could be seeing some goals.
I mean, it's still early days. We've played 7 minutes, but good first 7 minutes. The teams are exchanging passes, are playing with purpose, but I must say it's a good game of football to watch at the moment. That's how we picked up a knock after an incident with Kasondo.
Olakmo Mtumbi just receiving some medical attention outside the confinements of the marked pitch. Christopher Netti finds again. Christopher Netti sends it long and forward. Beba clears it away. Mongameli, Chuma. Composure in their own defensive third. Conceding possession. Now Benjamin Adiagon. Adiameng straight into the hands of the
a bit ambitious there from Aganyang Frank, trying a long range, but I think he had options on the left side. He could have given the ball to Perfect Chikwende.
Well, I always ask this question. The moment you see players trying to strike the ball from a long distance, do you practice that, or you just look at the ball and say, maybe I'm going to try it today?
Well, I think these guys, they do practice, but I think there it was a bit ambitious.
Now Mongameli Chuma on the far side now, cutting inside, a perfect pass, but the defense is heavy on him, and thanks to Colin Mjuru.
He was watching the ball, eyes on the ball, and good defense work from Dynamos and the good attacking from Highlanders to get the ball in the box to try and keep Dynamos on the back foot. That looks like this should be...
Could be Lakmom
Timbi. I don't think he'll continue. It looks like he's picked up a serious knock. Let's see what happens.
Well, a combination of kids there. You can see Dynamos and the Manchester United one bringing every supporter into the Faro Stadium this afternoon. So that's Lakmom Tumbi receiving the medical attention, rather, some magic spray, but it looks like it's going to be a difficult afternoon. One thing you don't want as a team, and also as
an early substitution at this time, it will be too early, you know.
Too early in the game, too early in the season to be having players going down with injuries. So throw in for Highlanders.
I think the pain was still there, just feeling a winch, so he thought he would continue. Again, the referee with a good call. A throw has been taken by an other player, then he can come in when players resumed.
So Dynamos looking for space now. Kasondo turning in. Beautiful composure in the middle of the park. Overcooked as they were almost building into something from Perfect Chikwende. Dynamos not playing a high press so far, just allowing Highlanders to play it from their back space, from their defensive third. Tawanda Shenje losing possession. So far it's no one's game. The moment one team gets the ball, they lose it to the opposition. It hasn't been easy for either side to really display what they want to do.
And in that typical of a derby, no one wants to make a mistake. They all were going for perfect passes, making sure that they get the pass, and a free kick for Dynamos in the center circle. Perfect Chikwende being brought down by Highlanders captain. That's the reason, Pavari.
Wow, Pavari getting a harsh talking to from the match official this afternoon, Tavani Rosario. Now Mjuru playing it to the left side. Anotida Guatizo. Remember Abel Guatizo, another Guatizo from last season.
Yes.
But this time different. We do have Anotida Guatizo filling in from Lundi, who started last week.
Needs some magic. This game needs some magic. Someone with good skills that can unlock the defense.
Now Agiamang, is that a hand?
Handball.
And it's a foul that goes against Dynamos.
It was a handball against that's Frank.
Agiamang. Dynamos do have a very physical side, but if you're looking at the borders of this Islander side, it almost looks like Benjani Mweriwari has gone for physicality this time around.
Definitely, he was also a forceful player who wanted to play, used to play the hard game, but I mean, Highlanders are blessed with tall players.
Well, talking about tall players, you can look at their left back, Lakmo Mtumbi, Shepard Mhlanga, another big player. Yeah, Andrew Mbemba, special player, that one, also being selected for the Four Nations.
He is one lucky player, made it in the national team without even playing a game this season, without a contract for Highlanders.
Well,
lucky
maybe
fellow.
if you're good, you're good. Maybe that's the message coming in from the Warriors manager. There is Benjani Mweriwari looking.
For me, you must also look at the other players playing for other teams, because it defeats the object of playing. It was everyone to play for the
now
national.
Dynamos, can they pounce on this loose ball in the back of the net? But then composure does it for Highlanders. Nervy moments there for the defending team.
Highlanders almost failing to defend. The Dynamos failing to punish Highlanders on that incident.
Well, just a lapse in concentration from that back line. That Highlanders back line almost conceding a goal. So many blue jerseys way lingering in that box, and it could have been disastrous in the first 14 minutes. Almost a quarter of an hour of football. And
doesn't look like he will continue. They're just trying.
He has tried, but it doesn't look like he's going to continue this afternoon. Lakmo Mtumbi.
I think Highlanders have to make this call. There we see that chance once again. Look like a handball, but no one appealed for it. And Kasondo fighting along better. He's got 5 jets around him, and the Highlanders quickly recovering.
Oh, he ended up helping Highlanders to defend there, Kasondo.
Shadrick Nyawa just giving instructions to his team. Mujuru Anotida, as well as the Malawian Stanley Billiard. Of course, the crowd responding to this fixture. Good turnout.
Oh, good numbers. Wow, it's going to be a difficult time for Lakmo Mtumbi. Remember last weekend he wasn't a part of the team that was trusted to start the game by Benjani Mweriwari. Now he's part of the 4 changes that started this derby, and for him to be replaced in the 50th minute.
The Highlanders fans also in their numbers yet to get up on the feet. The Harare chapter.
The Harare chapter. It's a big game. So you'd expect
looks like Highlanders are going to make an injured-inspired substitution.
So Lawrence Mhlanga will be the man that replaces the jersey number 29, Lakmo Mtumbi. Tough luck to the injured player. Tatenda Makoni.
Poor ball distribution there from the Dynamos goalkeeper.
Well, the last time Dynamos played here, it was in the Castle Challenge Cup, and it wasn't a result that they would want to remember. And I remember Nario was between the posts, not selected again to start this afternoon. 5 goals is what they conceded to Scotland, but from there they've gone to win against Towan.
In the waterlogged game.
And remember, and he does win a throw-in. The lanky right back.
And Rumbeba, the darling of the Highlanders.
He's their gem. The moment that contract extension was signed, there was jubilation even on social media for a player who's going to extend up until 2028. So that substitution has been confirmed. Lawrence Mhlanga steps in. So 2 Mhlangas now on the pitch, Shepard Mhlanga and Lawrence Mhlanga. So Andrew Bemba just taking time to resume play. Played to Pawari. Now Mhlanga.
Highlanders doing well to keep possession, just knocking the ball around with crisp passing, and then advantage play off the upright.
The upright out of nowhere, almost causing mayhem for Dynamos. Strikers short coming in from a defender. No more Nyerere and Umongameli Chuma on the ground after that venomous strike.
That was a good strike there. The Dynamos goalkeeper Makoni was well beaten, and Dynamos failing to pass each other good balls, and Shadrack Nyawa going with the open foot against Shepard Mhlanga.
Wow, we do have a game on our hands.
This is what the fans pay. The Highlanders fans getting into song after that ball hitting at the upright.
Well, that earlier run of play, that's Nyerere striking it so hard with the laces and it hitting the upright. At this moment, you understand that the woodwork has become the striker's enemy and probably the goalkeeper's best friend.
So should be saying Dynamo saved by the woodwork. The Highlanders fans believing up and ecstatic.
Oh, it was a beautiful run of play starting off from Andrew Beba from that throw-in from the right byline. He played to Shepard Mhlanga. Found Nomo Nyerere, who then found the easiest job of hitting it without being marked. Anotida Gwatizo. Now Dynamos. Agiamang, not the best first touch.
So on my way to the studio, the Caps fans, I saw a lot of Caps fans, I'll say, outside the stadium. They were saying, Dynamos, it's over to you.
It's over
Caps
to you.
sitting on top of the tree with 6 points out of 2 games.
Well, we also had a game between Caps United and Erentos yesterday. Caps United won by a single goal to 0. Obreu Chirinda being the difference between these two teams, sitting comfortably on top of the table, 6 points. Now it's over to you, Dynamos. That's the message from their city rivals. Well, it's not going to be easy.
Not going to be easy, and this one fixture that Benjani needs to win after drawing 1-1 against Blair Chiefs. So he needs to win this game to also gain the confidence of the ever-demanding Bosso fans.
Sonetti to take the free kick.
The Ghanaian Dynamos defender.
A lot of foreigners. Dynamos have been the team that we know from long back to attract these foreigners, and they've done so much well with them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this year they've got 5 foreigners playing for Dynamos.
Agiamang keeping the ball. Now being played to Prince Glovu, who's then marked hard by Anotida Gwatizo. A crossfield pass that was probably looking for Agiamang, but he was not there. Perfect takedown. Upper body strength from Benjamin Bujau. Now Agiamang, very industrious youngster, cross into the box, but it's wayward.
So you see, Agiamang is doing so much work, but his final ball is poor. His first touch is also poor. I mean, he was all by himself. Lack of composure. Could have whipped in a good cross, but he rushed his effort.
Or maybe they need to stop overworking him. Now Andrew Bemba, the jam for Highlanders. And the match official says, get up. That's too soft. Kasondo being put through the paces. And Tawanda Shenche clears it away.
I think the ref is just talking to Andrew Beba saying I will not have any evidence of that.
Looking into Agyemang, the way that he's playing, it almost looks like he's doing too much. And what he's now required to do is to put the ball into the box, and he's failing to do that after being overworked.
Trying to impress the fans, but fair play to the gallery always brings their costs.
Chuma. Shot from distance. Ambitious, to say the least. Not
what
so
I
much
like
from
of
it.
Highlanders, they're getting into the final third and they're getting to take shots at goal. Whereas on the opposite side, Dynamos haven't really tested Reward Musa. The Dynamos goalkeeper has been busy.
Or maybe it's a testament of how compact these two teams still are. The Dynamos defense is still a little bit compact and narrowed, forcing Highlanders to strike it from distance. Trying to go for a nutmeg. That's there on your screen, Agyemang. The man who has seen most of the ball.
You see, Agyemang is too casual. There again, he loses possession for Dynamos and Israel. He should have kicked the ball against Highlanders players and try and get a throw in.
Chinyerere plays it back to Tawanda Shenje. Oh, good use of the body. Prince Lovu. Chinyerere moving forward. Does he want to unleash one again? Exploiting the space. Good pass to Chuma. It's crossed into the box, but defended well by Gomisai Mandire. Good pass from the centre back. Playing like a midfielder.
I think Highlanders are really asking Dynamos all the questions, getting in the box, and the cross was well defended by Dynamos. That could have caused a lot of trouble.
Well, second corner kick for Highlanders in under 23 minutes. Chuma to deliver. A lot of numbers in the box. Black and white and blue. Another one, this time cleared away by Shadrack Nyawa.
Highlanders asking all the questions. Pushing and shoving in the box there.
So Chuma will take this one again. The first one couldn't beat the first man. Got delivery, but just too much. And goal kick. This one was perfect. Just better than the last one.
A good corner kick, but just overhit. And I think Highlanders really keeping Dynamos on the back foot. Makoni not doing justice with that corner kick.
That's the last corner kick coming in from Chuma. Tatenda Makoni jumping his eye, but just could not put his fingers to it. So almost 25 minutes of football has been played this afternoon at Rufaro Stadium. The scoreline still reads 0-0.
For Dynamos, they're managing to pass the ball in the middle of the park, but in the final third, they don't have the work rate, they don't have the accuracy, they don't have the precision. They're just knocking it around, but in the final third, they are letting themselves down.
Well, an overcooked ball to Billiard from Shadrack Nyawa, a familiar name.
When you talk Billiard, you talk Kama. But Dynamos got Stanley Billiard.
Stanley Billiard.
Wearing jersey number 11.
Two Billiards playing in the Kasulaga Premier League. One for Dynamos, one for Scotland. The other one has travelled across Africa playing for Mamelodi Sundowns at some point. Kaizer Chiefs are now with Scotland. Also played for Yada, the team that was relegated. But this is Billiard, the young talent. A dynamic forward for Dynamos.
Again, poor distribution from the Dynamos goalkeeper Makoni, just hitting the ball out of touch. And they're losing position unnecessarily, giving Highlanders plenty of opportunity to attack them. And the Highlanders midfielder of Mbeba as well as Pavari doing a great job of striving, denying Dynamos an opportunity to play.
Boshenje playing it to Andrew Bemba. Now Shadrack Nyawa. Trevor Mapunga. A cynical challenge coming in there from Onomo Chinyerere. But no cards have been brandished yet. So it's still a clean game from Tabani Rosario. Just a stern word. That's the
tough challenge there from Nomochinya on Billiard. And I think credit to the referee, has done well. He's just managing the game, and this is a big derby. You don't want to brandish cards in the early stage of this game.
So now Teti. Cross into the box. Beautiful cross. And wayward, miles off.
That is Dynamo's first real chance at Musa, and it was a header off target.
Well, mixed fans there. Seems to be peace between these two fans. Blue mixed with some black and white. Just looking at the proceedings this afternoon. Benjamin, the young Nigerian, recently.
Yeah, I think that's a head injury with the ref stopping play there.
Well, that's the FIFA rules that the moment you see a head injury, play has to be stopped. And we've seen Benjamin Adiagon.
I wonder who she's supporting. Is it the Highlanders or she's a Scotland fan? The two captains.
Rain Sampavari and Shadrack Nyawa.
He took a knock in the back of his head from Makoni there. From Juru actual.
So that stoppage of play will allow players to just bundle up and just share a few words in regards to how the game is going. It's still 0-0. 28 minutes have been played. Almost a full stadium. Something that football fans love to see. And it just shows you how big a game this is.
Yeah, part of the crowd watching the match here at Faro Stadium. Crowd really turned out in the numbers.
So now play resumes. Dynamos trying to play it long. Mongameli Chuma. Now taking their time. Perfect Chikwende. Still with the ball. Perfect.
Not a perfect move there by Perfect Chikwende.
Totally opposite of what his name represents there. But he has done some good. A player that is also supposed to be celebrated in Zimbabwean football. Now Benjamin Adiagon waiting to be reintroduced. The tall and heavily built striker. Trevor Mafunga. His namesake Leroy Mafunga on the bench for Dynamos this afternoon. A very pacey right winger. Now Anotida Guatizo. Kasondo marked hard. In the last fixture against Tel1, you could believe that at this time Dynamos had already scored 2 goals. But it hasn't been the same story this afternoon. Highlanders probably is a different breed.
LB in your picture there.
Kasondo. Good hold up play. Wayward passes. No one's ball. Netty. Billiard. Now Billiard as a man to beat. Billiard. And he wins himself. Almost thought there was a corner kick. But it was Musa coming in at the right time. Prince Ndlovu. Nevarauji. Sends it back to Prince Ndlovu. Prince still holding on to the ball. Rauji. Skipper. Just...
it's been Highlanders asking all the questions. Whenever they get the ball, they are confident on the ball. They are knocking it around. They are playing with purpose, going into the attacking third. Look at the way they're exchanging passes.
Now Chinyerere, the man who took that earlier shot, that hit the upright. Shadrack Nyawa, just being too casual there, the captain.
Trying to do too much.
Mafunga. Chikwende. Mafunga again. Now Billiard. Cross into the box. That is too much. Musa says thank you. Not real chances have been created so far.
Only one jersey, blue jersey in the box for Dynamos, and that was Kasondo. Dynamos haven't given the guys clean balls up front. That's Kasondo and Billiard. They've changed flanks with Agiaman.
Chinyerere looking for the big striker Benjamin Adiagon. Chinyerere again. Just slow build up from Highlanders. Adiagon. Well, the steam has been taken out. Highlanders are now just looking like they are. The young man, he has found fortune and Zimbabwean football. That is what they call him. He's enjoying his football here at the Derby. Closer to where he stays.
Just a bit of stats tonight. This fixture has not favored Dynamos. In the last 15 encounters, Highlanders have won 8, Dynamos 1, and drawn 6 times. So really, it's a fixture that Dynamos need to pull up the socks, need to come up with the best and try and win this encounter. Because the Highlanders have dominated this fixture in the last 15 games.
Well, since 2016, it has been difficult for Dynamos to find a win, either at Bubble Fields or here at Rufaro Stadium. Highlanders have taken much of the proceedings and the lion's share of wins. And if anything, Genesis Mangombe would want to win and regain the trust of the people who lost so victory in 2023 against this big club. But it's a different outfit now from the guys that last won. A lot is expected.
There's no coordination within the Dynamos players. There we see Perfect Chikwende try to look for Kasondo.
Now Benjamin Adiagon perfectly holding up the ball. Prince Ndovu marked now by Perfect Chikwende. Perfect. Exactly what you want to see from an experienced player. He does win the hearts of this Dynamos fans. Andrew Beba. Mtlanga. And that center circle. No real intention to win the ball from Dynamos, allowing Mongameli Chuma to get into the box and Mbemba. We haven't seen the best of him. Probably it's his first game. Remember, only the other are up to speed with the games that they played. They do say he was part of the preseason team that was touring with Islanders, but it doesn't look up to speed.
Doesn't look match fit. I think he is a player that just thrown in the deep end because of the big picture. To me, is not yet fully fit because of contract issues. As we see the multitude of the Dynamos fans dominating Rufaro Stadium, the home team.
Well, the man they affectionately called the Tower, Andrew Bemba, scored the last time they played, and also Kasondo equalizing in the 37th minute. After Mbemba had scored in the 18th, the jersey number that he does carry. Couldn't do that this afternoon.
Neti, they wanted a foul, but the referee saying play on. He felt he was blocked by Mshlanga. As we'll take a look at that incident.
Now Neti
looked like a foul. Mshlanga just went in front of Neti there. Surely that should have been a Dynamos for a foul.
Well, a body check to bring him down. Now Chinyerere to resume play via throw-in. It's difficult to see what these two sides are trying to do. Maybe it's a big game, but the game plan rather has been really absent. You can't tell how they want to go about their game.
If you can look at Highlanders, Andrew Mbemba, Rizan, Pavari, Tawanda Mshenje, they're doing well in the middle of the park. They're trying to get balls up front to give their strikers. I think they're actually doing a better job than the Dynamos midfield.
They do say the team that controls the midfield goes on to dominate the proceedings, and so far either side have managed to dominate the middle of the park. We want to see some midfield action. Now a foul goes against Dynamos. Perfect Chikwende there, believing that the match official has gotten it wrong. Even The fans,
He's
the
not happy since I push up.
unofficial match officials,
Yes.
they do have a lot to say in
These
regards to the game.
The owners of the game.
You never want to anger these ones.
That's why Pele dubbed it the most beautiful game.
Obviously, on and off the pitch. So 37 minutes have been played, still no goals. Perfect afternoon for a game of football. Not too sunny, not too cold. So Andrew Weber playing with Mongameli Chuma. Mongameli weaving his way past, but Anotido Guatizo being a stumbling block. Chukwende being heavily marked by the captain, Rain Sampavari. Mhlanga.
Good exchange of passes by Highlanders in the middle of the park there. Good build up.
Now Highlanders can get in. Shot from distance. And it's a goal in the penalty box. Never Rahuji. Never doubted that he could miss from that position.
I think it was good build up from Highlanders. The exchange of passes to Neva Rauji in the box. The minute they allowed him to get in the box, he just looked up, looked at Tatenda Makoni and put on the far side. Highlanders take the lead here.
Dynamos concede in the 38th minute after a good run of play from Highlanders. Benjamin Adiagon with the hold-up play, slaughtered through to Neva Rauji, the man that came in.
Benjani Maruaru, the Undertaker, relaxing, just rolling his foot there.
The left foot of Neva Rauji being the difference this afternoon. Highlanders 1, Dynamos 0. The other side of Rufaro, the Neva Rauji.
Poor defending by Niti, allowing Rauji to go in front of him, and he was punished by Neva.
Wow, one mistake and poor defending can be something that the attacking team can pounce on.
Can this goal make Dynamos respond? Let's see how they respond after they conceded this goal.
Well, now we wait to see how the team in blue, the team at home, will respond after conceding.
Some sumo wrestling there.
We now do have a game on our hands, and the first yellow card of the game has been brandished
to Chinyerere. I think it's the second foul. The referee gave him a warning in the first foul. Now he picks up a yellow card. The first yellow card of the day going to Nomo Chinyerere.
The eastern grandstand, the Vietnam quiet. The northern grandstand, the city end, very jubilant, dancing in song. That's where most of the Highlanders fans are, and you could expect them. Imagine the joy of just seeing the goal.
They will see the 1-2. Good build-up by Highlanders. And put it on the far post, the goalkeeper, nothing he could have done. Good strike there from Neva Rauji, but I must say, Dynamos Niti, poor defending.
Well, poor defending, allowing a striker to run into the box.
And he was punished for that.
Well, punished. Now perfect Chikwende, taking the duties from Neti.
Can he whip in a perfect cross?
Wow, perfect Chikwende. Not a good delivery, but almost. And Musa dropping it, but he wins the charge this time. Perfect. Not his best deliveries, but it somehow found itself into that box.
And reward Musa there, being over-ambitious, going for the cameras, diving hard, and almost losing the ball.
Dynamos, their defensive shift, their rest defensive shape, they're playing with a back four. You wonder how they allowed Highlanders to penetrate that solid back line. Even before the game, as we were edging to the beginning of the game, you could see as they were going through their defensive drills, Colin Mjuru being the man that was leading this defensive line. And then you see them conceding in what you might call an easy manner. It's disappointing.
disappointing, but for me it's not disappointing. The Highlanders were always the team that was going to score, because they were always attacking Dynamos. They were playing an exciting football, knocking the ball around, good passing in the middle of the park, going into the final third. I think it was the Highlanders asking Dynamos all the questions. Dynamos dominated the game. The first 5-7 minutes was Dynamos, then Highlanders took over.
Well, if it's disappointing for Genesis Mangome, but obviously something that Benjamin Marwari likes. Now Benjamin Adiagon trying to play it through to Neva Raushi. Now Mongameli Chuma, Raushi again. Now Andrew Bemba will take it first time, but overhit.
Highlanders fans believing in that. Andrew Mbeba just lacking composure there. He had a chance to hit a cracked goal, but just skying his effort. Dynamos on the back foot. Dynamos defense is at 6 and 7. They are panicking.
Mongameli Chuma, the goal scorer there. Nevarauji teeing it up for Andrew Bemba.
He should have gone the far post there.
The execution, you were talking about rhythm and match fitness. Maybe this is why we didn't see the back of the net pouch. 43 minutes have been played here at Rufaro Stadium. Dynamos 0, Highlanders 1. Never Raushi the difference. Netty.
Anyway will do for Highlanders. They want to go at the break leading by a goal to nil. It will be a good thing. The Highlanders fans all in song. Dynamos fans have been silenced here.
Well, that's what you would expect if your team has just scored a fantastic goal.
It's a fixture they've struggled to win here. We've got 2 balls on the field of play.
Colin Mchuru with a headed clearance.
It's a fixture Dynamos always struggle, and they continue to struggle. Highlanders continue to dominate, and the referee just giving a solid instruction to the Highlanders bench.
Well, will the 7 million fans that belong to Dynamos be the difference? How are they going to edge their team to go on, equalize, and maybe go on for a winner? Netty, the man who has been trusted to take most of their free kicks. Now Belliot trying to go for pace on the far side.
Too casual there from Belliot.
Now Belliot again, outfoot of the boot. Now another ball hit, but is that a penalty? Is that a hand?
Dynamos
from Bemba?
wanting a penalty.
Dynamos, I do not know who he was looking for. The Trevor
2 minutes
Mavunga
of optional time added. We'll want to have a look at that incident to see if it was a handball.
Well, maybe these are the times you'd really wish that there was some sort of assistance, because it's to human, it's to A, and to A is to human in terms of match officiating. Was that a penalty?
Let's have a look at that. Again,
Shadrack Nyawa, no penalty.
Never a penalty.
Never
it was
a
good
penalty.
defense work there from Beba.
Now playing in the last 2 minutes.
Again, put it up front to no one.
Trevor Mavunga has been absent. Norway, his mind seems to be somewhere else. The last 2 occasions we have been seeing him with the ball, there have been wasted chances, wayward passing. It's been a difficult first 45 for him. 1 minute left of the added 2.
It's been Highlanders asking all the questions.
Well, one thing about asking questions is if you keep on asking one time, it's only a matter of time that you might find an answer. Highlanders did exactly that, and they found the answer.
Exactly, with the goal scorer Neva Rauji. Love to score in this fixture.
Now Mafunga to redeem himself. Dynamos ball boys seem to be causing problems by throwing balls into the...
It's the second time he's done this Dynamos ball boy. I'm not too sure why they're
doing that, of
yes.
course. Well, I think they are supposed to know better. But Highlanders player is down. That is Prince Lovu.
We've played the 2 minutes optional time, and Genesis Mangombe and his technical team there having a discussion.
That's the earlier incidents. Prince Lovu and a scuffle with Billiard.
It was a late tackle there from Billiard. And the referee is likely to blow any minute from now.
Reward Musa. And that's the end of the first 45 minutes here at Rufaro Stadium. Match day 2 between Dynamos, the home team, and Highlanders. Never Rauji finding the back of the net, being the difference this first 45. What a game. Fans in their numbers. That's the beautiful round of play. Benjamin Adiagong being the man that has provided the assist. 2 contributions, goal contributions his last 2 games. Your summary of what happened in the first 45, Spencer?
A good game of football. I think Dynamos dominated in the first 5 minutes. Highlanders took over with Andrew Mbeba as well as Prince Ndlovu. Rizan Pavari playing well. Never Rauji getting the only goal for Highlanders. But Benjamin Agyeman doing a great job for a striker, holding up play for Highlanders strikers. So it's been Highlanders asking all the questions, and Highlanders deservedly leading by 1-0.
So that's the goal that came in the 38th minute. We are now going to be going for the halftime break, and we switch over to the studio.
Halftime then at Rufaro Stadium, and the hosts are trailing the visitors. Dynamos 0, Highlanders 1. Never Rauji scoring there in the 38th minute. There was no chance that Tatenda Makoni could have stopped that one. So the Undertaker is just one rung above Kaka in terms of the head coaches there. And just quickly before I forget, I did talk about the Undertaker. Remember from WWE those days, WWF, WWE, and his name. I never bothered to find out his name. You know that because my favorite was Hulk Hogan, but I just got from Sydney Kawaza, a journalist, and Mark Calloway. I never bothered, but I did right. We got the highlights coming up. I can tell you that Chimundava and Chief Justice Majavi are still here with me. And Uche, as we take in the highlights there.
Yeah, if you look at how Dynamos deployed in the opening 7 minutes, balance of power was in their favor, but Highlanders regrouping, they're scrambling for it, but again Highlanders surviving there, and they managed to push it away. But if you look again, that venomous shot being denied by the left upright, and Dynamos survived. What a stinging shot by Nomo Chinyere there. Surely Highlanders should have been one up there, but they never surrendered. They kept asking questions. Look via that left channel again, coming there with that player wearing jersey number 7. That is Mongameli. 2 corner kicks.
Chuma.
Yeah, Mongameli Chuma. 2 corner kicks. The second one coming there. Again, no one to take it. So if you look on in terms of balance of power, the CNN heavily tilted in favor of Chila Moya. They have 2 corner kicks, nil for Dynamos. About 5 attempts on target so far, and 1 going in. The other one denied by the vertical upright. Look at the pinpoint accurate passing under pressure. Going for the acute angle, and he managed, to hit it, and it went in another angle there. Look, he's going via the acute angle, but again managing to use his left foot there to beat the goalkeeper.
I like this celebration.
We are sweeping everything. Sweeping everything.
I don't know who came up with that one. I don't know who came up with that. You know which one was my favorite many years ago. May his soul continue to rest in peace. That's Adam Ndlovu. He had a celebration when he scored. He had taught the guys. He would then hold a machine gun after scoring and do and everybody would fall down. All right, as we take a look, Chief Justice, at the stats.
Yeah, you can see, I think it's really open enough. You can see Highlanders in control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, especially the passing. After 5 minutes, you know, they managed to start detecting from the back. They spread a little bit, you know, because now what they did is they've made Dynamos disjointed, especially in midfield. You know, they only have got 2 players in central midfield, but the way they are opening from the wings, you know, Prince Dube and Mongameli, they are all coming inside when they are to receive. So that's really a point for Dynamo, for Highlanders, I mean, especially when they are attacking. So whenever they cross run, then when they receive the ball, there's no one going from Dynamos to press who is coming. You've seen Nomo, he's playing as a defender, but he's coming forward. Look at the shot he did. He did manage. That one shows, you know, that there are gaps in between. You know, also seeing how Highlanders are doing it, they're all really dangerous on the left side. Where there's where Nomo is coming in, there's also Mongameli. Mongameli is taking the ball going forward. You know, they're looking for a 1-2. Which is the mostly I think Benjan is trying to imply in his team. They have seen they are playing the triangle passes with Shepard, Pavari, something like that. You know, and it's something which is motivating. They got into the game. They got into the game. They actually Dynamos, if they capitalized the first 5 minutes before Highlanders started detecting. Now you can see the game even going to halftime. It was all Highlanders. All Highlanders. They actually had about 2 clear chances. The one they scored, and I would say that one is a good run from Rauji. It was a good run and a good an active angle. Yeah. Just across.
Something that Tenda Makoni could have done, huh?
Yeah, for me, I think it was, you didn't expect that. You didn't expect that. You might see at an angle, but Rauj was clever enough because he was quick on the ball, and what he did is just unleash. Even if Makoni had parried it, you can see on the video there were 3 players from Highlanders
ready to take
a rebound. Yeah, you know, that shows, you know, there is some bit of combination.
That's right.
You know, combination play. Look, the Benjamin flick. He flick Oregon, the Nigerian, good flick, and of course, 1 versus 1 on the left side, then he brings on. That was a very good goal, I think, and the Highlanders calmly, they're detecting the pace and the pace of the game.
Well, if you're just joining us, where the heck have you been? It's the Battle of Zimbabwe. And at Rufaro, Kumbiles, Dynamos are trailing their enemy Highlanders by 1-0. Never Rauji scoring. Just to remind you that before we went to Rufaro Stadium, Uche forecast 1-0 to Dimbare. So that means he's out. Chief Justice forecast 2-0 Dimbare. That means he's out. I forecast 2-1 Boso. That means absolute. Doesn't matter, Gemati. Right. Okay. Very, very, I think, exciting stuff, right? But if the truth be told, it's not as exciting as the one we watched yesterday. You will agree with me. Caps United versus Rentals. It was quite excitement from one end to the other. But this one, maybe the second half will pick up. I'm not taking anything away from Highlanders. They thoroughly deserve to be in the lead because they've been the more dominant team. But I'm just talking about the goal mouth action and so on. But let's see in the second half. But Boso just there leading by 1-0. Now, let's start by asking Uche, let's start with the home team first. What does Kaka have to do in the second half?
Yeah, if you look at Dynamos, opening 5 minutes, they had the momentum, but Highlanders set back, they regrouped, they reoriented, and the Highlanders were the better team in the first half. So if you look at Dynamos, Trevor Mavunga, for me, he has been an Achilles heel in that middle of the pack. The main marking by Dynamos is poor, and their passing are not pinpoint accurate, a lot of stray passing. And even if you look at their transition, they're not moving forward. They're just passing the ball either laterally or backwards. You then give Highlanders time to recover, time to regroup, time to reorient. So in terms of how they've deployed the middle of the pack, Dynamos have been poor. So I think if he pulls out, I would pull out Trevor Mavunga. I would also pull out Billiard, then throw in Telmo Pio. He has got the grit. Telmo Pio, and he always pushes the ball forward. And psychologically, for me, Dynamos are defeated, because even if you look at how Highlanders were passing the ball around, they were using the entire width of the game with a tilt of momentum on the left channel. Look at Nomo Nyerere coming to the party, because there is no strike force that is actually troubling him. So numbers are up front. Even if you look at the heat map of the first half, the ball is stayed for 80% of the time in Dynamos half compared to Highlanders. So Dynamos need to push numbers up front, especially in the final third, and even attempts on target for Dynamos, only 2. Yeah.
The 2 biggest teams in the country. Yes, of course, has Dynamo Dimbare have to do something to get back in the second half, as you heard from Uche. But what does the Undertaker? You got that name, Mark Calloway. He's still alive, the former wrestler. He's an American. He's still alive. And the in that Hulk Hogan, I told you. Right, let's find out from... I'm talking about wrestling now. Let's find out from Chief Justice. Chief Justice, what does the Undertaker, or besides looking for another goal, what do you think he has to do to improve much more than just finding another goal?
I think so far so good for him, because whatever he has planned is coming out. They got the goal, of course, and these 1-2s, they are paying dividend, because Dynamos are slow. They are slow getting marking, pressing. They are very slow, and also they are losing the position too much. So for me, I would capitalize. If I was Undertaker, I would capitalize on that. Put more on the ball on Mongameli and the Prince, so that they are the ones who can take from the wings. Then you use the advantage of Benjamin, who is also a big guy, and he can get the ball.
He's doing very well.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He receives the ball, he keeps the ball, pass it back, and they've got a third man running, which is Raouj, who has got pass. Just try to do that more often, because you see Dynamos, the coordination, going to mark, the movement, the distances between them and the midfield, the defense for Dynamos. I would use those spaces between them, because you can see they are disjointed in midfield. There are a lot of gaps.
Right, are you already, you Highlanders supporters, are you already going Highlander? I don't know, maybe it might be too early. Let's find out, let's wait and find out what the second half holds, because this game is always, I always call it atrociously unpredictable. But I think for now, I mean, you're winning, so for now you can be singing that song. Let's see what happens. These teams here are the most illustrious teams, of course, in Zimbabwean football history. Of course, Dynamos winning the league title 21 times. Highlanders are second, winning 7 times. We've just heard that Kaka has made a dramatic decision. We've heard that he is pulling out 4 players and sending on 4 guys. Chief Justice, your take on that?
No, I think it's okay. Yeah, because you need the game, and of course do it earlier rather than do it later. I think let's do it. There's the 45 minutes coming up. I think it's good call. We saw it in the first half. The body language was more important. The players were not responding. You can see the way the 1-2s are coming out here and there. Yeah. Also letting in the ball going behind them, it shows the alertness is not there. So I think making a substitution, especially for bringing in 4, I think he needs to push up, especially going forward.
Yes, we have another game. In case you think that this is the only one, we have another game at Battlefields featuring Bulawayo Chiefs taking on Agama. That's Amakosi Amahle taking on the Sporting Eagles. It's still goalless the last time we had. But let's go back and rejoin the guys at Rufaro Stadium.
So welcome back to the second half. This big game in the capital, Harare. Rufaro Stadium is the venue where Dynamos is hosting Highlanders. Highlanders in the 38th minute taking the lead through Neva Rauji. We are back for the second half. And Spencer, if you were to change anything for Highlanders and Dynamos, what would you exactly change for Dynamos? We've seen that 4 changes already have been made. What an equalizer!
What a response by Dynamos. Just off the kick off the second half, and Genius Mangombe with the master stroke of substitution. And Dynamos score an early goal here. They are back in the game.
31 seconds after the restart, and Dynamos with 4 changes have found the perfect response. Thunderous strike that beats Musa
It
to
was
his right side.
Telmo Pio with a goal. Good
Now,
substitution.
Rufaro Stadium has awakened once again. Pio, after being introduced, gives Dynamos a much-needed equalizer. 1-1, and we were talking about the changes, and from that distance, the bounce really deceived Musa, and now Dynamos have an equalizer. What a shot, what a strike from a considerable long distance.
That bounce just getting better, the better of the goalkeeper. A good attempt, and getting past Reward Musa. Reward Musa could have done well there, and Dynamos are back in the game. It's 1 apiece here at Rufaro Stadium.
Well, Spencer, I was about to ask you about the changes you would make if you were Dynamos. I don't think there's need now.
Because the substitutes were instrumental, and one of the substitutes that Telmo Pio getting Dynamos back in the game.
So 4 changes from Dynamos. Perfect Chikwende has been replaced. Not his best afternoon, Leroy Mafunga. The pacey winger also being brought on, probably for his other namesake, Trevor Mafunga. So now, Tawanda Shenji playing it to his skipper.
And what a time for Dynamos to score that goal. They needed to respond, and what a response.
Well, if you are talking about response, this is exactly how you announce yourself in the second 45. If this then goes out to work out for Genesis Mangombe, he might change his name from Genesis to Genius, because these substitutions might have just given him another lifeline here. So
and Nyawa, they were saying he was injured, but he went in with the open foot. He needs to be careful. I think this is one part of the game he needs to really work on in terms of discipline and conceding unnecessary free kicks.
Well, sometimes he doesn't lunge in those tackles carelessly. A musician, a famous musician, the HKD boys, Freeman, also part of the stands. The beautiful game draws everyone.
There's so many lunges happening in this encounter, and that's a derby for you. It's expected.
Well, the last game that was played here ended in a draw. Are we going to be seeing another draw? Now fans are smiling. Fans are doing all they can to show you that they are alive. So Highlanders to resume play through a free kick. Shadrack Nyawa clearing it away. Now Billiard trying to turn defense into a counter. Now good layoff. Nyawa playing it on the far side. Dynamos cutting inside. Low cross into the box. Could have been another one. But heavy defending coming in from Bemba and Ko.
And Elton Gini there couldn't connect the ball, but a good ball coming in the box from Dynamos, and Highlanders are coming on a counter-attack.
Now Mongameli Chuma being brought to the ground by Shadrack Nyawa, but clean this time. Pio looking for options. Dynamos. Now Mongameli Chuma, and there's a player down for Dynamos.
Niti
Niti, the man who's playing as the right back or right wing back for Dynamos, is the player that goes down.
They're enjoying themselves there at Rufaro Stadium, watching the game, the biggest fixture in Zimbabwe. Look at that lunge from Shadrack Nyawa, lucky to get away without getting a yellow card there. At this pace, is likely to pick up a yellow card if he continues.
So Niti getting some medical assistance. He seems to be back up on his feet. An ice pack on his knee or closer to his thigh.
So Tendai, as we see the band, the Dynamos band, brass band, made popular by former defunct now club Motor Action.
Yes.
Who used to come with the band here, and teams have now just taking it up from the Nigerians.
Wow, you'd have loved that arguments last season where a lot of people believed that the new boys or the likes of Scotland are the clubs that introduced the brass bands in Zimbabwe. And you are here taking us along down memory lane, talking about Motor Action, talking about those clubs that used to light the National Sports Stadium, the Carlos Stadium, a very, very long way back.
Kelly's Sports Stadium, where Motor Action used to play at home.
Wow, memories. Now, foul.
Again, Dynamos, poor defense work there from Dynamos, allowing Highlanders to get in there. Should have scored there.
Wow, should have been a goal. So just looking at that earlier incidents, big hand off to ward off the player.
I think lack of meat there on the Dynamos defender. That was a 50-50 situation.
So Leroy Mafunga playing on the left side of your screens. Now, Pio, the goal scorer. Billiard operating in the middle of the park. Neti. Marauding run in the middle of the park now, and he loses the ball the moment he was starting to get a little bit of rhythm. Now the football is being equaled by the noise coming in from the grandstands. That equalizer gave Rufaro Stadium a burst of new life that was probably missing in the first half. Now Prince Ndlovu. Bemba. Adia gone. The man with exceptional hold-up play. Anotida Gwatizo. Shadrack Nyawa outside of the boot to Billiard. Now Billiard will try to take on his man. Chinyerere. Well, now Leroy Mafunga has Bemba to bit with the left of the boot. Musa keeps it away. Anotida Gwatizo tries to bring it to the box once again. Shadrack Nyawa says, we haven't stopped, we are going to come. And the captain with a loose pass, misplaced pass.
Good play by Leroy Mafunga, and Highlanders coming forward with the ball.
Prince Ndlovu. Ndlovu beats this man. Anotida Gwatizo stays behind. Now Raushi. Not so much venom in that strike. The idea was probably better. The execution somehow lackluster.
To be a corner kick for Highlanders, they took a deflection. And let's see how Dynamos can defend this corner kick. Fourth corner kick to Highlanders in this match.
Fourth corner kick, and maybe they might score from a set piece. So Landu, who has been brought on, remember he started last game, and today Genesis Mangombe went on with Anotida Gwatizo, but after those 4 changes, he's one of those 4 players that were introduced. So corner kick comes in! Parried away.
I think Dynamo's goalkeeper Tatenda Makoni not covering himself in glory. I think one area Dynamos will be ruining themselves when they lost that to Prince Tafre Mutsai. What a wonderful goalkeeper. Gone to Scotland, but Dynamos losing out on that good goalkeeper.
Well, He's gone to the new boys. But sometimes history does it better. You can't take away the history that is between the two teams.
Yes, he doesn't. With Makoni, his aerial coverage is not that great. I think it's the area of his game he needs to work on. 5 corner kicks against 0 for Dynamos.
Well, it's an area of the game they need to work on, Dynamos. So Highlanders into the box again. Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Highlanders making it difficult for him to play a counter. Netty was a bit pass.
He didn't want that pass. He didn't want it. He's saying hit the ball forward. He wasn't expecting that pass, Netty. Again, Dynamos giving away possession cheaply.
Or Gumisai Mandive, the man with a misplaced pass that ended up being a throw-in for Highlanders. 56 minutes have been played. 1-1 it stands. Dynamos equalizing after 35 seconds after the restart. Nyawa. Rauji being pushed. Now emotions flaring up. Probably unnecessary.
The Dynamos.
Witness Xavi, there was no need for Witness Xavi to just push Rauji to the advertising boards.
It's an emotional game, this one here. It's a derby, and the two players just being called by the referee there, that Witness Xavi and never Rauji.
Well, we did lift his hands up, showing that I'm wrong, please pardon my mistake. Shepard Msanga has been silenced so far. So now Andrew Bemba will try to restart proceedings through a throw-in. Rauji knocking it forward. Colin with an overhead clearance. Now Colin Mchuri is a man that received a red card the last time he played here. Was charged on 2 incidences after fouling Kamabiliat twice, and he found himself being red carded.
Lack of concentration by Dynamos player there, thinking he's all by himself.
Chuma, Rauji. Now Shadrack Nyawa believes that's a soft foul. Should have been awarded. That's his sentiment. Highlanders do have some fantastic players on the bench. You can talk of Kudakwasha Mahachi.
Just clipping the Highlanders player. It was a foul indeed.
Yeah. Any moment from now, maybe Benjani would start to think about substitutes.
Both sets of coaches under pressure to win this encounter. They want to write the piece of history.
Prince Glovo cutting inside, playing it to Adiagong. Adiagong does so well to just hold up play, rest his back on the defender's chest, but then he tried to twist and turn and just shoot at first instance and couldn't find the direct position where he wanted the ball to go to. Mongameli Chuma beaten by Shadrack Nyawa again. Shadrack being stopped after it's been deemed to foul.
Highlanders giving away possession.
Netty. Seems the ball doesn't want to move away from the
second yellow card for the game.
So confirmation of the score, Dynamos through Telmo Pio in the 45th minute and Eva Rauji in the 38th minute.
and Shepard Mshilanga getting a yellow card.
The second one of the game.
I don't like it when other players insist that their player should get a yellow card. They should leave that for the referee to make the call.
Yeah, obviously you are not allowed to do that under the new FIFA regulations. Prince Lovo clears it away. Now turning and looking for opportunities. Gubisai Mandire. Now taken by Highlanders. Idea gone. Looks like he's now a tired player, the big.
Now we're going in tough this afternoon.
Pio. Back to Netty. Pio again. Still in possession with the ball. Netty. Too casual there. Idea gone. Looking for his skipper. He will go through the middle where Nyawa is now showing a little bit of warrior spirit. Shepard Mtlanga. Now Ariagong. Very slow player but devastating in front of goal. Prince Dube. Now Prince Lovo to come in. Beaten by Anotida Gwatizo. And it's a Dynamos free kick.
Good defense work there. It looked like Prince had picked up a handball, but the referee didn't see that. But good defense work from Dynamos. There we see just shepherding the ball out of play, and he's pulling the Dynamos player and conceding a foul. Good defense work from Dynamos.
Good game so far. It has lived up to expectations in terms of the hype and how the players are holding themselves. So you're looking into the last 28 minutes, an hour of football. Looking at the youngsters being introduced to this beautiful game. An hour plus 2 minutes of football has been played at Rufaro Stadium. Now, Mongameli, Chuma, Makoni, good distribution. Now Leroy Mafunga will cut inside. Mafunga playing it forward. Now it can be crossed into the box. Chavi, not the best crosses. But look into the substitutions.
You have to give it to Lira Mavunga. He's a direct player. Every time he gets the ball, he's putting Highlanders on the back foot. And this is what Dynamos need to do. Keep attacking Highlanders. Keep going at them. There we see the first goal. What a goal there from Neva Rauji. Niti was poor. And Dynamos, a good goal on the far post from Rauji.
Now long throw in. Does nothing to harm the defensive side. Raushi with the headed clearance. Shadrach now still launching in. Xavi missed a lot of heavy traffic there on his way when he was trying to release and unleash one. It almost seems like it's a game of two halves. Highlanders were coming in very hard to the first half. Second half, it's all about Dynamos now.
It's all Dynamos asking Highlanders all the questions, and the Highlanders on the back foot.
Now a substitution to be made. There's movement on the byline from Highlanders. Hakim will come in for Neva Rauji.
The goal scorer Neva Rauji calls it a day this afternoon, but what a goal from Neva Rauji.
Neva Rauji was the difference in the first half. Played a very beautiful game, a double partnership, two centre forwards. Together with Benjamin Adiagon, they partnered together to create that beautiful goal. But his time on the pitch has been caught short by Benjamin Marwari. Kudakwasha Mahachi another player that has been introduced to,
Former national team player.
and he replaces Prince Ndlovu.
Dynamos Anotidaisha Gwatizo looked like it picked up a knock.
The medical team already on their feet to assist Anotidaisha Gwatizo. And Rubeba, the forever present skipper.
There we see the Dynamos goal.
Wow, that was a beautiful strike from a very
Good
long
strike
distance.
and the bounce getting the better of the goalkeeper.
So Dynamos, we have to defend yet another corner kick, while fans smiling at the proceedings. It's actually a good sight to see these two teams, these two giants of the game, and Rubeba. So there's a commotion in the box, where Lawrence Mhlanga seems to have gone to the ground after a little bit of pushing and nudging. Andrew Bemba. Bemba into the box. Not the best. Now a chance to redeem himself. And it's cleared away by Shadrack Nyawa. Offside. Flag lifted for Benjamin Adiagon. If there's anything that's going to light this game up is another goal, but the question is who will have it in their arsenal to cause damage on the opposition. Pio beaten for height. Kudamaachi first charge of the ball. Bemba. Kudamaachi trying to make his name known since this introduction. Played for Orlando Pirates. Went to Manica Diamonds. Yes, traveled Africa, Kudamaachi. Played in Ghana at some point.
Let's see if he can see if he still has the legs and if he still can add value to Highlanders.
On his day, he's a very devastating player. The Dynamos faithful. Benjamin Adiagon. Pio. Trying to play it forward. From Gini. Forward Gini now. Yes, Billiard. Too slow there from Gini. Billiard was making around on the left side. Could have looked up and could have played that perfect pass, but just took so much time before releasing that ball.
Yeah, Giri there really thinking he's playing all by himself.
Remember, there are other 11 players that want the same ball. Leroy Mavunga keeps it in play. Anotida Gwatizo. Mavunga has Beba to beat. Mavunga. Good pass. Now Anotida Gwatizo. Gini, the only blue shirt in the box. Now Mavunga. Beats one. Mavunga!
Should have scored there, Leroy Mavunga. A good opportunity. Leroy knows he could have done better. A chance goes begging for Dynamos. Highlanders defense caught at 6th and 7th.
Beautiful cross into the box. Teed up by Billiard. Exceptional dummy. He did the hard part right. It's the execution that could not just go along with what he was thinking. Leroy Mavunga could have given Dynamos an advantage this afternoon.
Will they go to rule that miss by Mavunga?
Wow, what a miss. You don't miss such chances, especially in a game like this.
Exactly, they have not gotten too many chances, but that chance, Leroy Mavunga should have hit the target at least.
Benjamin Adiagon probably has one of the best order plays in the Kasalaga Premier League. If he wants that golden boot, he has other strikers to fight against. Washington Avaya, Simon Machope, some of the most prolific strikers we have in the Kasalaga Premier League. Obreo Chirinda too. Now Kudamahachi on the right side, looking to put one in, but defended by Anotidaeshe Gwatizo. Not only good defensively, he's also good going forward, Gwatizo.
Definitely, I think he's really worked hard, and he does work well on that flank. Highlanders with a long throw from Beba.
Mavunga will try to play to Belliot. Now Njini. 71 minutes of football has been played at Ufaro Stadium. 1-1 is the score. Leroy Mavunga could have put Dynamos in front with that earlier chance, with that earlier miss. We usually operate as a right winger, but today more left-centric. But it just shows you how good a player he is. Put him anywhere, he can play, and he can still deliver. Now Billiard, lots of space, but marked from behind.
Should have passed the ball on the right there. Tried to do too much on his own, Billiard.
Shepard Mhlanga. The Dynamos through Netty. Now Billiard to Leroy Mavunga on the left side. Mavunga again cuts inside, tries to whip it in. There was no curl in it, but you can understand what he's trying to do the moment he cut inside.
Looked at the good idea, but the execution wasn't the best. But Leroy Mavunga, every time he gets the ball, he's posing a threat to Highlanders.
Oh, such a danger man for Dynamos. A tricky customer. The captain has since been silenced by Dynamos. Andrew Mahachi. Played to Ayagon, beautiful turn, and trying to slip it between the defenders. Mavunga again. Now plays it to Njini. Njini with 4 defenders ahead of him. Such a daunting task. He goes down holding his shin. Maybe there was a knock the moment he lost that ball.
Njini should have held up playing, wait for that other players to come in. I think he just gave away the possession cheaply. He's lucky to have got away with that.
Oh, there were 4 players ahead of him. It was going to be difficult for him to get past them.
It's Dynamos keeping Highlanders on the back foot and not really doing much in the attacking third, but they came back playing some purposeful football, putting the pressure on Highlanders, and Highlanders, to their credit, have been holding their own in terms of defensive.
Well, such performances in big games like this gives you hope as a fan that maybe the club is on the right trajectory. Remember last season, these 2 clubs were on the verge of relegation, almost going through the dreaded chop, but the gods of the Kasalaga Premier League decided to favor them, and they decided to make us look at them one more time, and here we are looking at them in the Kasalaga Premier League for the 2026 season.
Yes, indeed, the season starting early, and Nyawe getting away with a lot of challenges. Even the Highlanders fans not happy with those challenges.
Pio. So a stoppage in play. Kudamaachi has gone down. Now heavy tackles flying in from everywhere.
Yeah, I think Nyawa needs to be careful. He is lucky. But Zabisi balls Rishwaya. No.
Well, we do understand that there are a lot of people here, people who have come in their numbers to come and witness this beautiful display of football. Now a stretcher is going to be introduced. Maybe not. You talk about Rain Sampavari, the Highlanders captain. He was so commanding in the first half, orchestrating play, but at the turn of the second half, he has been neutralized. You no longer see him and where he's operating.
I think the Dynamos staff that came in, Telmo Pio doing a great job in the middle of the park. Lire Mavuga is also doing well as we see that injury. A good, tough challenge there from Shadrack Nyawa. I think Nyawa is lucky. He's been going in tough tackles and getting away with it.
Well, confirmation of the scoreline after 76 minutes, 1-1. The man who has since scored for Highlanders has been taken off, replaced by Akim Komo. Highlanders can go! Mongameli Chuma, cool, calm, collected.
Chuma giving Highlanders the goal here. Dynamos goalkeeper, not sure what he tried to do there. Poor goalkeeping from Dynamos, Tatenda Makoni.
Mongameli Chuma, out of nowhere, he goes to the CTN fans, pumps them up. A worthy celebration that befits a fantastic goal. Lapse in concentration from the defenders and the goalkeeper. And Mongameli Chuma was there to pounce on it. Headed by Akim Komo, best of face,
Dynamos
goes round
goalkeeper
against Colin Mjuru. Left grasping for straws, Colin Mjuru.
The composure by the youngster, I think, was great composure. And he's just struck the ball in the empty net. Chuma, there we see him running to the Highlanders faithful. He knows what he has just done. He's just scored an important goal for Highlanders.
Oh boy, what you have done will forever be remembered, Mongameli Chuma.
And this is a game of football. Dynamos were asking all the questions and they were caught on the run. A moment of madness by Tatenda Makoni.
Well, Tatenda Makoni being beaten to that headed challenge by Akim Komo. Now Mongameli Chuma, after scoring, he now gets into the naughty list, gets the yellow card. What a goal.
Dynamos making a substitute, Billiard coming out, and in comes Moses Demera.
So now Moses Demera to replace Billiard. There were moments where Billiard was exceptional with the ball. Now Neti. Dynamos now can equalize. And wayward. Leroy Mavunga to try to keep it in play.
And that's a foul on Leroy Mavunga.
Kudakwashe Maachi. Friendly challenge. A little bit of aggression, but still friendly.
Did I tell you that Leroy Mavunga's chance would Dynamos rue it, and they went on, they were punished by Chuma.
If only he had scored Leroy Mavunga. Maybe could have done what Chuma did.
10 minutes to play with optional time to be added on. Highlanders leading Dynamos by 2-1.
So Highlanders being tasked to defend. Dynamos to take this free kick close to the edge of the corner kick. Cross into the box. They equalize. The big defender, Colin Mujuru.
Doing great work, getting Dynamos back in the game here. It was a good free kick. And look at the Dynamos fans, ecstatic. This fixture has lived up to expectation. Look at the multitudes of Dynamos. They are believing that the team can still snatch the win here with under 9 minutes to play. Poor defending by Highlanders.
Colin Mjuru being the savior. Fantastic cross into the box that found him at the edge of the box. Had the easiest job of just tucking it in. And with that, Dynamos have equalized 2-2 after 81 minutes. There is the cross, and Colin Mjuru.
Oh, by himself. Good precision and good technique, getting the better of the goalkeeper Musa.
With a forwards finish. Wow, you can listen to...
look what's happening there on the field of play.
Now emotions flaring up.
The emotions, it's a derby here. Nyawa needs to relax himself.
There's no need for that.
Nyawa involved in all the tussles.
Nyawa.
He needs to be a captain. He needs to lead from the front. This is one area of his game he needs to work on. Nyawa, he is the captain. He should be composed. He should be calm.
Well,
good work there from the goalkeeper Makoni. Just calming down things.
Well, there's no need to be throwing down missiles here.
I think it's one area of his game he needs to work on. He's a leader. He needs to lead by example. That's Nyawa. Highlanders player down there. That's.
Well, I think he might have been hit by a missile.
Benjamin Agiaman,
the big striker. Now it's noise for noise here at Rufaro Stadium.
I think Nyawa getting a yellow card from the referee, and an extra yellow card. Dynamos need to work on his discipline.
Well, yeah, the captain Shadrack Nyawa, there's a lot that he needs to
look
work
at that tackle there. That's a yellow card tackle that he is lucky to get on. That's an open foot challenge that. Almost trapping his own man.
Yeah.
And there he gets up.
Retaliation coming in from Benjamin Adiagon, but unnecessary coming in from
Pushing the big Nigerian striker.
Now Dynamos playing in their final third. Leroy Mafunga.
Catching them young, enjoying the game here.
Well, a different outfit to what we're expecting to see here. Wearing the Panthers jersey. We played against Telwan.
Good value for fans. 4-goal thriller.
Now Shave will win a throw in. 7 minutes now. Rufaro Stadium is at its loudest. Maybe they are still the hopeful.
Both sets of fans responding, pushing the team, wanting to go for that kill. Dynamos with a long throw in. Can they get it in?
So confirmation of that yellow card for Shadrack Nyawa, the captain for Dynamos. The noise may just push Dynamos to do something here. Shave, Netty, too much.
I think Netty, that's in his game, he needs to work on his final cross. That's something he has not done well this afternoon. Those fans enjoying themselves there. Real value for money.
For your money.
4-goal thriller.
I mean, this is what you expect when you're given the biggest derby in Zimbabwe after match day 2. We have allowed us to see this big game in match day 2. Thank you so much.
A chance for Dynamos.
Gini.
Leaving the ball behind.
Now Leroy Mafunga cutting inside to Cashwell. Mafunga. Gini. Now trying to play it for Pio. And Akeem milking that challenge. Too soft, but yeah.
Good defense work from Highlanders, but Dynamos really not doing themselves any favor in terms of creating that chance to take a crack at goal.
So 85 minutes 5 minutes of normal regulation time is left. If anything is going to happen, the time is now for either side.
You would like to think whoever scores here wins the encounter.
Obviously, one team will defend, one team will attack. Kudakwasha Mahachi leaving it to Andrew Bemba.
Andrew Mbeba to throw in this at the Borso bench.
Now Benjamin Adia gone. Andrew Bemba can cross one in. Shadrack Nyawa. Back to defend.
All the way back to Musa. Want to build it from the back.
One thing you don't want at this stage of the game to make a defensive mistake. Now Adiogan can hit it first time.
Adiogan shooting wide.
Wide.
Off target from the big Nigerian.
Well, he has been a thorn in that defense for Dynamos. His hold-up play.
Genesis Mangombe up on his feet.
His jacket has been removed. It's getting too hot.
It's getting too hot in there for Genesis Mangombe.
Now Kudamahachi. Mongameli Chuma. Cutting inside. Going Mongameli Chuma. Star player this one.
One to look out for. Benji enjoying it. He's enjoying it, taking a sip of water.
He's saying in his mind, oh boy, why are you reminding me of my glory days? So Mongameli Chuma, the man who scored the second goal for Highlanders, bundled down. Now Andrew Bemba, a fantastic set piece taker. Almost looks like he's removing himself from the equation. Chinyerere hit the upright in the first stages of the game, together with Shepard Mslanga. Who is it going to be to have the hitters of the ball? It's going to be Chinyerere with the left foot.
Poorly taken by Chinyerere. Chance goes back in for Highlanders.
In these last stages of the game, you always want to do everything right.
The Undertaker looking pensively.
The Undertaker. The man who made a mark for himself in England playing for Manchester City. Who can forget the press he scored in that Manchester derby in 2009, beating Sir Alex Ferguson's man, a team that had the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Free kick to Dynamos. Push there in the back for the Highlanders captain.
Pavari, it's been a quiet second 45 from Pavari.
I think Tomo Pio came in and did a great job in the middle of the park for Dynamos.
Now, what will Leroy Mafunga do that Chinyerere failed to do? Mafunga playing it wide. Another wasted opportunity. Goes begging for someone to just do something.
Come to think of it, we've played almost 90 minutes. Dynamos haven't got a corner kick in this encounter.
Wonderful said there, Spencer. 90 minutes and Dynamos do not have a single corner kick. What do you make of that? "89 minutes and a few seconds to complete normal regulation time. Highlanders fans waiting in anticipation if anything could happen. But Colin Mjuru coming in as a stumbling block. Now Njini can initiate the attack. Yes, Leroy Mafunga running to his left, but he decides to go forward.
3 minutes of optional time.
And a free kick has been given.
At the edge of the box.
At the edge of the box.
And the Highlanders players are protesting. Yellow card. A yellow card. It looks like Lawrence Mshlanga picking up the yellow card.
Womangameli Chuma doesn't need to play so close to the match official. Remember, he has a yellow card already.
Chuma needs to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow card.
Tabani Rosario, a man that was not flashing any cards in the first half, became so busy in the second. Now Leroy Mavunga just directing Tabani Rosario away. Now that's the earlier incidents. Demera just necking it in and being brought down.
Yeah, indeed. You got kicked on the knee. It was the first touch from the defender was bad from Lawrence Mshlanga. I think the striker was clever, getting in front of the defender. Nyawa again getting involved in the thick of things.
He's going to be carded if he's not careful.
He's already sitting on a yellow card. He needs to be careful, Nyawa.
You don't want to be losing your
You'll
captain.
be costly. As much as he loves Dynamos, the derbies like this, but guys like Memory Mchera, Desmond Maringwa, talk of Murabe, these are former Dynamos captains. They will know what to do. They will calm down the situation. Emmanuel Jalai.
And Colin Mchuru has been
Looked
brought
like
to the
someone
ground.
was given I'm not sure if the referee saw that or the fourth official saw that. Looks like he was pushed down.
Well, the additional
ugly scenes now in the twilight of the game. Talking to the fourth official, I'm not sure if the fourth official saw that.
Did he not?
The fourth official, let's see if she saw that. She's calling the referee.
So that's the footage on your screens there. Colin Mchuru.
Tough talking there.
Wow.
Just going down. Too soft, that one there, too soft.
A big player going
big
down
Mchuru
that
going down with just a touch of the head.
He would have received.
He is very clever, Mchuru. He knows that Chuma is sitting on a yellow card. I think it's about 40 yards away from Musa's goal line.
Leroy Mavunga
is very good at taking free kicks, Leroy Mavunga. Let's see if he can write his name in history. Can he curl that ball in the top corner?
Can they be a miracle in the last minutes of this game? So maybe a red card is after all going to be brandished after that Mchuru incident. We'll wait to see what Tabani Rosario. And after that, probably the goal scorer. If it's a second yellow card, he's going to match. He's going to take the long walk. The players have crowded the referee. Well, now the scuffle with the fourth official in Benjani Maruari. Now yellow card.
Benjani is not happy about that.
Well, this is the derby.
I think the PSL needs to sanction players that go.
I think that was too soft from Colin Mchuru. We understand that he was in the heat of the moment, but a big man like that falling too easily.
Looks like we're going to see a red card.
For Umongameli Chuma, obviously. Andrew Mbeba
given a yellow card.
And is there a red card now that's going to be shown? Maybe, maybe not. Mongameli Chuma might have survived to see another league game. But back
looks like he was going to give somebody a red card and he just changes his mind.
You barely see a change in mind from a man who's holding a red card. Now that's the Undertaker. Is his team going to bury Dynamos this afternoon? Leroy Mavunga, the man to take this one. Weak free kick.
Nothing to Tsabo Musa. We should get a yellow card for that.
Xavi. Didn't Xavi get a yellow card after the shot? Maybe.
You'll get a yellow card for that.
Xavi, it's being too clumsy. I knew Xavi had received a yellow card.
The referee made a mistake. He's correcting himself. He's just corrected himself there. I think it's part of the game. The referee really made the mistake. They're picking up the red card and correcting himself. What drama here at Rufaro Stadium.
Well, and ladies and gentlemen, that's that at Rufaro Stadium. Match day 2 between Dynamos and Highlanders. For the third successive time, the match ends in a draw. 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. What a game we had on our hands. Thank you for being part of this wonderful thing. This live broadcast brought to you by the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. What a time we had in studio. Spencer, what a game.
What a game as we look at the goals there. The first goal for Highlanders, Rauji getting past the better of Dynamos goalkeeper Makone, opening up the score for Highlanders, and Dynamos responding with the equalizer from Telmo Pio. And Highlanders third goal. Look at the goalkeeper, caught in no man's land, and good composure by Chuma. Send Nyawa down and scored in an empty net. And good work from Dynamos responding. And Dynamos, that good goal from Colin Majiro, doing a good work as a striker but as a defender. But I must say, a good game of football, good value for the fans. 4 goals that were scored here today, but what an encounter.
What an encounter. And we're going to be switching over quickly to Valentine Mabuku, who's standing on the pitch side to give you a rundown and to be standing with the managers for the post-match interviews. What a game. My name is Tendai Sibanda, and I was with Spencer Nyamadao. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Welcome back, and what a match, what a thriller, what a game. A derby, a battle of Zimbabwe does not come bigger as what we witnessed today. Even the players exhausted, and they put a real shift today in this match as it ends in a 4-goal thriller. 2-2 it ends here at Rufaro Stadium. A stalemate between two of Zimbabwe's biggest giants. Highlanders turning 100 years this year. I'm sure they would have loved to get one better against Dynamos. Dynamos themselves had to come back twice in this one to earn a point in the league so far. What a match, what a thriller. And in a few moments' time, we shall be hearing from the two coaches what their take is. And of course, joining me right now is the Dynamos gaffer, and that is Genesis Magobe. What a match, what a thriller. Derbies don't come better than this, but your overall assessment of this match nonetheless.
It was a very difficult game. Very difficult game. If you lose concentration, you are punished. If you not clear your lines, partial clearance, you are punished. So I'm happy that we managed to come back and managed to get a draw.
Indeed, and let's look at some of the strengths and weaknesses of your team today, what you witnessed, what you could have done better, and what you did good today from your lads. I know it's match day 2 nonetheless.
I think our midfield wasn't proper. So we addressed it at halftime, and we make, if you see, it was 4. We substitute. So we made sure that we correct our midfield, and from there, we were now clicking, and we created several chances. At the end of the day, we managed to score.
Indeed, Coach. Well, and nonetheless, a fair result, you will say. 2-2. You would have wanted more, I know.
Yeah, of course. Playing at home, I really wanted more. But like I said, it's a derby. Anything can happen. So we will focus on the next assignment.
All right, Coach, all the best next in the midweek fixtures.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Genesis Mangombe. There, you would have loved to get maximum points, but it wasn't to be. And you went far. They earned themselves a draw here at Rufaro Stadium. In a few moments' time, I shall be hearing from Benjani Maruwaru. That is the gaffer for Highlanders, Ezimnyama Yankani, Iposo. And we'll get to hear what his take is, overall assessment. I know Highlanders turns 100 years. That is this year. It should have been a special occasion as the two coaches are working together and talking to each other. And that's what you love to see in a derby as well. In a battle of Zimbabwe, nonetheless. Benjani, big game, big encounter, 2-2 it ends. Fair result for you. You would have wanted more, I suppose, but derbies or really Battle of Zimbabwe doesn't come bigger than a thrilling one that you gave us today.
I think 2-2 is a fair result. You know, first half we managed to dominate a lot. We managed to score one, and they came back. You know, it was a very, very good game. Physically, tactically, everything was there. The boys fought so hard. I'm actually very happy with the boys. You know, as I said before, that we're still still working on combinations. You know, today they gave it all. I am actually happy with this draw away from home. Hopefully, the next game we're gonna collect maximum points.
Indeed, and of course, let's look at the positives and the negatives that you noticed. I know some goals came in when maybe lapse of concentration happened for your side. The positives as well.
Yeah, we know the keeper, he lapsed there. Mistakes happen in a game. That was easy, you know. We can't fault him. We can't fault him for there, but mistake happens. We learn from those mistakes going forward. But we had a lot of positivism. My boys, they were attacking, dominating the game. As I said, that first half was almost ours, and second half it was theirs. We scored, they come back. It was an interesting game.
Well, Coach, all the best in the midweek fixtures as well as you continue with the Juggernaut for the 2026 Kasulaga Premier Soccer League.
Thank you so much.
All right, Benjani, thank you very much. All right, that was the gaffer, Benjani Mariwari, saying he's happy with the lads, and there's still more that they need to sort out as a team, but it's coming good for Highlanders and for Dynamos as well. Yes, we had quite interesting. We'll leave you with the highlights as we take you back to the studio where Charles CNN, legendary Mabika, is there with Justice Majavi as well as Ashford Mundava.
Wow, what a match, what a match. The Battle of Zimbabwe, aptly coined by my colleague Robson Sharuko many years ago, and it has turned out to be exactly that. The first half belonging to Iboso Iboso, the second half belonging to Dinamo Dimbare, and 4 goals. What a thriller. And as we see once again, Uche and Chief are still here in the studio with me. Lots of excitement, Chief. The statistics there, a lot of excitement.
Yeah, good response from Dynamos. At least they came back a little bit better in the second half, and they got an early goal just after halftime. And I think that's when all the momentum changed. You know, they lagged a lot in the first half, but in the second half it was better. Although I think also it was a good game for Highlanders because they managed to control the game in most cases. You know, I liked the derby. You know, this derby, and I know we don't call it a derby. Like Uche refused to call it a derby. He said the bedrock was Zimbabwe. Yeah, I liked the tension. You know, the tension was good on the field. You know, players should do this. It's normal. I think it's normal for me. I think it's normal. Sometimes it happens. This is what happens, especially when you have got something on at stake. Very good goal from Juru. There you could see. I think altogether, I think for so many years we haven't seen, especially this Battle of Zimbabwe. Yeah,
giving us redeeming himself after
after that from Mongameli. You know, exciting player Mongameli. You know, you did very well, very good player. But I think altogether, I think a fair result. I think it's a fair result. 2-2 is good.
Right. Okay, Uche, you had said 1-0 Wabuda. Chief Justice 2-0 Abuda. Ilini 2-1 in Abuda. But Uche, what a game.
What a game. But the key points there. Islanders celebration. Sweeping. The key points there, the legendary. First half, Dynamos literally under siege. One-way traffic to Islanders. They failed to score many goals, but they learned how to correct in the second half, bringing in 4 players, the momentum tilting their way. 3 goals happening, and that's it. It had all the ingredients of a thriller. Congratulations to both teams. And again, 2 apiece. We wait for the second chapter.
That's right. Yes, we wait for the return, which will be at Emagumeni later on this year. I can tell you that at Wadzanai Stadium, the Sporting Eagles Agama, a minute ago that the last time they were trailing Amakosi Amahle by 1-0. So Agama there falling to their second defeat, if it ended like that, probably did. But what a match. The Dynamos fans and Highlanders fans, you can all come together and sing. My name is ma disco dipapa meno Dynamo Ibare HT Highlander. Right. That's just about it. It just leaves me to thank our great two experts here, Uche Ajipod Mundawa and Chief Justice Majavi, and of course you. We have to thank you. You are the owners of the game. You make our programs what they should be, and thank you so much for it. So do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody in the ZBC TV sports crew, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shinrai, Stuart Shuriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, legendary CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.